take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith can be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. As I was mentioning yesterday, every time I think about God's mercy at this time of year, I think about how I was suffering in that hospital bed, how I was in so much pain, and the swelling, and my skin was leaking fluid, and I had no control over any of my organs. I couldn't even make a complete sentence. I was suffering. I was drowning in my own fat, but I couldn't stop eating. I guess you have to know. So I'm so grateful because I know where I came from. I know what a Sunday used to look like for me. It used to be pretty dismal, and so I'm so grateful to be able to sit here. And I know that I was planning my own funeral 10 years ago. I was picking out a casket and writing my own eulogy. And when the entire world has given up on you, not once, but twice, it does something to you. It changes you. But it also teaches you. It humbles you. It teaches you something about pain and how to look at it. It changes you. So today, I encourage you to fight and do it till the end. No matter what, you do it. Endure till the end. Even if it looks like it's the end, endure till they cut the lights off. Endure till they put the lock on the door. Endure till they put the locks on the door. Endure till they put you out of the space, till they make you leave. Don't just quit. Don't just give up. Don't just throw in the towel. Don't just throw in the towel. All right? It's today's IRISE Sunday. No matter what, just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. And from showing up consistently for a long time. A lot of us only want to show up for a couple days. Some of us only want to show up for a couple of days. Yes, I drink protein, baby. I'm not one of those people that don't believe in protein shakes. The food in the grocery store is deprived. It doesn't matter how much cutting back veganism, ketoing, and you're doing. The food is lacks nutrition. You have to supplement. So I'm not one of those that's going to tell you can get everything you need in food when we know we can't. I can get 50, 62. Of course you can. I'm old. Well, okay, you're going to say I'm young, but I'm not young, honey. I started my journey at 36. I've been doing it 11 years. All my clients are older professional retired women. See, when you think about nutrition, remember, a lot of people are teaching you weight loss. They're not teaching you wellness. All they're doing is teaching you tactics to keep the fat off, but they're not teaching you the tactics it requires for you to be absorbent of nutrition, as well as ensure the body can break it down at a regular rate, and then retraining your retraining your digestive system of what it should be doing versus what it's currently doing. So with digestive issues, you would want to look at things like malabsorption over malnourishment to make sure you're even getting the nourishment that you even need. And you start off that by getting a malabsorption test. Getting these type of tests done and asking for them can sometimes give you an answer to why you're finding that some of the things you're doing isn't working over time. And Well, again, even taking digestive enzymes, if you have a malnourishment and malabsorption issue, taking digestive enzymes doesn't change the fact that your stomach isn't absorbing it before your digestive tract cuts on the hormone to go into your poop chute. So you have to figure out the base of your digestive issues, right? Like, is it H. pylori? Is it IBS? Is it diverticulitis? Is it pancreatitis? What is making your abdominal gastroparesis? So then most people think, let me take more stuff to add back to it. But if you just think about it, I want you to think about something. We have to start thinking real clear about what our problem is. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. If you're having digestive issues and you're not properly absorbing stuff, why would you go take a bunch of stuff that requires you to absorb it in order for it to work? If you're already struggling with absorption rate, wouldn't you need to take it in another form or figure out another method? Because if your gastro enzymes are off and you're not absorbing what you're putting in there before the gastroparesis acts up or becomes flared, which means it's cutting on your hormones early, causing the biliary tract to take over and pull out the nutrition before you absorb it. So that means that if I'm taking something, like say I'm taking a digestive enzyme, say it takes 24 hours for it to fully absorb. Well, the likelihood that I'm pooping it out whole is possible, because if it's a longer time to break down and I have issues with that part of my body, then it might not break down fast enough for me to absorb it. So I may have to keep getting the dosing. This is why some of us have to get doses increased on medications, because we're not absorbing it right at a proper rate. So we're not getting the effects of it that everyone else is getting. So we have to have higher doses. But at higher doses, it also means more likely to get the symptoms that come with that. I hope this is making sense. I'm not missing. Taking digestive enzymes, gastroparesis is my biggest nerve cut in surgery. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so you could still get away with making that better, love bug, by doing you could still make it better by doing other things like helping heal, like do a cellular detox, start to heal the damaged cells in the body and the stomach and the stomach lining. How are you this Sunday? Hi, Zoe. I'm good. I'm doing very well. Hello, baby. I'm doing well. I'm so glad to see you. Um, you could still go through the process of taking of cleansing your body, going through a cellular detox, a reset, and then refeeding it and retraining it. You could still do that, and it may help, right? Because remember, toxins stay around for years and years and years and years. So people think, oh, I don't do that anymore. It doesn't mean the effects of it isn't still happening. Right. It's like, even if you stop smoking, you still have the effects of smoking for 30 years. If you stop drinking, your body still feels the effects of the drinking. If you're a recovering addict, your body still feels the effects of the recovering addiction. That's the thing, is we often think because I'm not doing it anymore, then if we used to eat real bad, our bodies still have the effects of that, right? So we have to be willing to do all of the work in order to heal from the inside out. The problem with weight loss is everyone is focused on what I look like, not what's going on the inside. I'm going through my pictures before and now, and I'm doing so well adjusting to the new me. Amen, Zoe. Yes, yes. And so as you learn more about your body, so remember, if you let a doctor practice on you, then you can let you practice on you. Because a doctor is practicing medicine, so you can practice you, because you're stuck with you more than they are. So it's okay if you take the time to pull back to begin to discover the things that may actually be wrong with your body versus the things that they tell you that's wrong with your body, right? Like, if we grew up with having stomach issues, then we've always had them. So there may be something more going on that we need someone to take a deeper dive. But sometimes we don't even know the right questions to ask or the right things to say, because we'll think something is one thing when it could be another thing, right? Like, I have a young lady who's having fertility issues, and they think it has something to do, but everything, all her fertility tests come back normal, and so does his. But when she came to me, I was able to tell her within 22 minutes why she was having fertility issues. And it had nothing to do with her actual female organs at all. Had everything to do with the fact that she'd been suffering with from a stomach condition for since she was 13. And the chronic flare-ups in her abdominal area has slowed her cycle and causes her to have cycles before her eggs release. So her difficulty in getting pregnant has nothing to do with sex at all. Having it or not having it or eggs or anything has everything to do with the fact that she's battling a chronic abdominal condition that causes her hormones to activate earlier than they're supposed to. So she's not fully completing a cycle in order to even release eggs. Because this stressed out environment is causing her to release her period hormone. So she's having bleeding spot, a lot of spotting days. Do you understand how deep this is? Hi, Carol. Try telling them about daily missions. Oh, I think you gotta get your heart meet. You guys, I forget all that. I'm so proud of you, Zoe. The weight loss is one process. The mental emotion is the next stage. See, Coach Zoe, I'm backwards. See, Coach Zoe, you might not like me for this, but the mindset was the most important. That was first. The weight loss isn't first. The mindset is first. The reason why the weight loss ain't first, sweetie, because that's why you keep losing it and gaining it again. Because you keep trying to put the horse before the wagon. The mindset must be first. The mindset has to be first. Because this is not a body game, it's a mind game, right? And what I explain by that is it doesn't matter how many habitual restrictions we place in our life. If the stress becomes high enough and we're a stress eater, we're going to go back to what we did that made us safe. People don't realize that some of the things we did that caused us to gain weight had nothing to do with weight, but showed up in our weight. Follow what I'm saying here, right? Some of us don't realize that a lot of our eating was for some purposes of safety and had nothing to do with food itself. But as a result, we gained weight. Mine was medical situation, hypothyroidism. Yeah, exactly. No, remember, we don't negate nothing like that. We're not negating that. All I'm saying is medical condition or not, your mindset is still priority, boo. It's you could tell me you had 17 cases of cancer. I'm still going to say your mindset is still more important. Because the only method, listen to me, baby, to keep that weight off, you can have 7 surgeries, be on the injection, doing keto and everything. And the only way that you are going to keep that weight off, like I have for 11 straight years, is your mindset. There is no fad, diet, or anything. Like I said, I say this with all my heart. Because I have hypothyroidism. I have a tumor on my thyroid right now, and at this very moment, I had endometriosis. I had PCOS. I've had a tumor removed. I had my ovary removed. I had a total hysterectomy. I was on medications. I had hypertension. I had blood pressure. I had blood pressure. I had diabetes. I was getting stuck all day. I had a catheter. I had a poop chute. I had a feeding tube. I had a breathing tube. I had 6 IVs. I still got a port. Mindset is everything. God is the mindset, boo. God is the mindset. God is the mindset. God is the mindset. God is the mindset, huh? Hey, what you mean? God is mindset. This is what I'm saying. Many of us shouting, running around in church every Sunday, but still struggling with our weight because the one thing we can't do, we can give him our marriage, our kids, our job, our relationship, but we won't give him that food. We won't give him that weight. God is first. God is the one. God is the one. You don't have Zoe. You don't have to be a big eater to have issues with food, baby. Everybody who's overweight aren't big eaters. That's a misconception. That's a myth. That's why they do research studies on those particular myths, because a lot of people think all obese people eat a lot. That is untrue. It's what we eat and why we're eating, right? It's the intention. That's why we say mindset is more important. Because did you know you can eat one meal when you're depressed and lonely, and when you're not, you can't eat that same food because a feeling is connected to it. You understand what I'm saying? I had to see a psychiatrist where I had a weight loss surgery. Everybody, I did too. I had to see a psychiatrist before I had a weight loss surgery, and I tricked her because I was more educated than the psychiatrist that treated me. I had been out of school and been practicing being a professional counselor. And although she was a psychiatrist, I was a professional counselor. She actually saw me for 5 minutes, sign my paperwork, and let me leave. Again, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I didn't wake up doing this. I've been doing this for 11 years. My company's been around for 11 years because I understood back then that something was wrong, that there was a missing link for us, that they weren't doing all the work that they could to make sure we was good, right? Like my argument is, why do we have to wait till we're going to get the surgery to get a psychiatrist to talk to us about our weight? Can anybody answer that? Why do we have to go be a candidate for surgery before we can get a psychiatrist that can talk to us about our weight loss and our mindset? Why do we have to be in the process of permanently altering our lives forever in order for us to be offered something that other people are offered first? Help me make that make sense. So only when you became willing to have the surgery did you get the option for psychiatry, not before that. That's how I was doing. I wasn't giving no therapy, no counseling or nothing. I wasn't. When I got my reversal, I wasn't giving no counseling or therapy. Nobody, they didn't send me to a nutrition or anything. They reversed the procedure, sewed me up, stitched me up, and told me that if I don't be careful, I'm going to gain all the weight back. And I did. And I did. I indeed did. I gained it all back because, as I just said, my mindset, when I got the surgery, my mindset was never addressed. No one never told me that without me realizing that I had an issue with food, that the weight will just come back. Do you understand? 90% of the patients I have right now are 400, 500, and 600 pounds overweight after the weight loss surgery. And they will tell you if they had have got help with their mindset, they would not be where they are right now. They will tell you that same thing. Why? All of us have said, I'm not going to gain the weight back. I'm not going to go back to where I came from. And we do. How many of us have lost and gained 1,000 pounds over and over and over? Over and over and over. I'm pretty sure all of us have lost at least 700 pounds. Because we lose it, we gain it, we lose it, we gain it. How many of y'all done lost 20 pounds at least 15 times? Do 20 times 15, see how much they come up to. You understand what I'm saying? So what we have to come to is this is a habitual cycle that requires adding the mindset in order for longevity to occur. I'm not saying diets don't work. They do work. I believe all methods to weight loss and wellness work. They do work. Because if you starve the body and restrict the body enough, you will lose weight because it begins to eat on the muscles and the capacity of the body. You have no choice but to lose weight because your muscles and stuff are being eaten up by the acid that's being produced in your body because it has no choice but to eat on that because there's no food. So when you starve the body, of course you're going to lose weight. Duh. Anybody does it, they're going to lose weight. So it's not that diets don't work. It's can you starve your body forever? Can you starve forever? And we know that the answer to that is no before the organs begin to suffer. So what we want to do is teach people how to eat healthy. Teach them how to go to the grocery store and identify groceries, carbs, vegetables. Help them understand the importance of eating it at the right time. People don't even realize that there's certain foods that our body just don't process well after a certain time. It has everything to do with sundowners, like, right? And so, but the problem is many of us are used to eating more comforting, more heavier foods at night before bed because it kind of simulates the method of being full before going to sleep. Do you understand? Just like a baby, right? You know, we feed a baby before bed so that they can sleep good. Many of you don't eat all day long and you wait right before bedtime to eat a really big meal and you don't even know that you're doing it so you can fall asleep without feeling loneliness. Many people eat late at night, right before bed. If they live alone, they wait all day long. They starve all day at work, and they literally, on their way home, go through all the different drive-thrus and all the different stores and grab all their snacks. And they go home, lock themselves in their house, get on, scroll on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, and eat all that food, and then go to bed and do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. And because it's only one meal a day, we don't see that the lack of eating is why we can't get the weight off. In that case, lack of eating is why the weight can't be released. Lack of eating, right? Because everybody isn't a chronic overeater. That's not the only way you can be obese. It's not the only reason people have issues with their weight, okay? Because they all overeat chronic amounts of calories at one time. You can actually be an individual, like I said, who really does eat one time a day. But let's say when I eat one time a day, I eat And let's even be healthy. I eat a salad with two 12-piece nuggets on it from Chick-fil-A, a big gulp from Circle K, a candy bar, and a milkshake. But that's all I have, right? Even though, even though that's all I had all day, my body, so let me explain to you what's happening. Your body cannot properly break down and process 20, 30, 40,000 calories in one meal. When we sit and eat these meals that are high packed in calories, fats, and carbs, and then we don't chew it good, a lot of y'all are sitting over y'all food eating like cage animals, and you're not chewing it, right? I used to do that. That's how I know. That's why I call it that. When you sit and eat a whole meal of all that food I described, it takes you about 15 minutes to shove it all down your throat. And by the time you get done, you leaning back, you can't breathe, you're trying to adjust your clothes, right? You have to realize that what's happening in your stomach, baby, is the food is now got to go somewhere because you've overwhelmed that area. So your enzymes are releasing, your hormones for your metabolism are trying to release. It's a lot of food. It's overwhelming for your biliary tract. And so the enzymes to poop cuts on early. So already your biliary tract is trying to do its job when it's not supposed to be on yet, but it's so overwhelmed with all the food and all the fats and everything that the stomach is trying to figure out what to do with all of that. As the hormones are releasing for metabolism and the acid is building to break that food down and the biliary tract is doing this thing, all of that overwhelming of the food in that short period of time is difficult for your body to break down. So as a result, it begins to push some of that food through your biliary system whole. If you've ever went to the bathroom and turned around and looked down and you saw whole pieces of food in the toilet, it got there because you're not chewing your food up, boo. It got there because you're not chewing your food up. Okay. So when you're eating, it's about getting it in there and allowing the body to do what it needs to do. Right. Okay. This is back to gastroparesis. Letting the body do what it needs to do. And then if it's not, then we aid it. We aid it with as natural stuff as possible. So we're not making it work on synthetic things if we already are having issues with our abdominal area. If we're already having bowel issues, digestion, and biliary concerns, okay? But Zoe, I'm so proud of you because here's the thing. A lot of people don't want to take the options that they need to take to do what they need to do. See, here at IRISE, we don't believe that there's any wrong method to get healthy for you. All that we ask every single man and woman is consider your mindset. Now, I'm not the first that's been screaming mindset. I'm just the first that 10 years ago created a company that teaches it. That's it, for food. There's actually behaviors that you have to relearn around food. There's grooming and everything happening in your life around food. It is. That is why it's so easy for you to revert back to the old version of your behavior subconsciously and then consciously without you seeing it. Mhm. Mhm. That's how a person can be on a weight loss journey and they get one injury, they hurt their ankle, and then the next day they can't go to the gym. Ashley, hey baby, and then the next day they don't go to the gym, and by the third day they're not going to the gym. They also stop eating clean, and by the second week they're not eating clean. They're not going to the gym. They're not even getting off the couch anymore. Why? Because motivation only gets you started. Willingness keeps you going. See, you have to be willing to rotate and manipulate your journey in order to keep going no matter what. So if I hurt my ankle, that means now I'm working out on the couch. That doesn't mean I stop working out. That me hurting my ankle has nothing to do with me eating right. You see why the mindset is important? You see, but see, if you have the wrong agenda, if your goal is only to lose weight, then what will happen is you'll think I can't go to the gym, so I have no avenue to lose weight. But you're the avenue to lose weight. You always was. You never needed a gym anyway. That was another delusion that you led yourself to. Hey, Lacey, that you led yourself to. You never needed that anyway. You never needed that. That's something you wanted, right? Because at no point in time should you not be able to be on your journey because there's no gym available. Why do you think half the world got big during COVID? I didn't. I wasn't on here crying about how I gained 100 pounds during COVID and COVID took me out. You're never going to hear that from me. It didn't do me like that. Sorry. I actually was wrecked during COVID. Snatched. Body was on toned. Period. Why? Because I'm not like you. I'm not doing that. What I'm not ever going to do again is let a person, place, or thing dictate my health ever again. I did that. I did that my entire life, is let people, places, and things dictate my health. If me and you agree to go walking, if you don't show up, I don't go. Why? No, I'm going. Sorry, boo. Catch me on the next trip. Oh, well, I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. You and me planning to go hike and get up at 5 o'clock. You call me and tell me you got a headache. And you think because it's dark, I'm not going to go. Guess what? I'm putting my headlamp on. I'm going. I'm going to send you some pictures, boo. I'm going. I've lived too long in my life where I didn't do my stuff I needed to do for Kenya because I locked arms with somebody who didn't have the same dedication as me, the same desperation as me. See, sometimes you might have the same desire as your friend, but you might not have the same desperation as your friend. See, one thing for certain and two things for sure about Coach Kenya, I'm working out by myself. I'm doing it by myself. You know why I'm doing it by myself? Not because I'm trying to be mean to you. I do something wrong to you. But I'm doing it by myself because I need you to understand, if you stop, I can't. I need you to understand, if you stop, I can't. I need you to understand that my life depends on me taking this hike. Because, see, remember, I understand that my emotions is connected to the food. So at all times, I have to be aware of what's going on in my body and my mind. Are we on the same page? This is what I was explaining, Zoe. See, you want to be aware of what's going on in your mind, because your mind is how you control what's going on in your body. See, many of us think that we eat because of our body, but really we're eating because of our mind. No, Lacey, this is my backup page. I don't think you follow. Do you follow me here, Lacey? Lacey, you follow me on this page? Oh, I think you're asking, is this my back? This is my backup page because we can't go live on the big one. So we go live on this one every day. How I make it happen? And what I'm trying to explain is, when your mindset is locked in to healthy, then it's harder to get distracted and to fall off. Are y'all following me? I need y'all to catch this, because a lot of y'all ask me, how did you do it? How did you do it? How did you do it? And y'all are missing the point of what I'm on this platform screaming. I'm not screaming, go to the gym, do sit-ups or nothing. I'm saying, drink your detox tea, get a vibration plate, and pray. And when I tell my clients that it's hard for them to fathom, sometimes my clients are too smart for my program. Because I'm asking them to do things they've been asked to do their entire life, but now I'm making them show up daily and actually doing it, so it's hard. I'm asking them to take care of themselves, to prioritize their health, to put them first, and to make room in their daily life to prioritize themselves. You know how hard that is for women? Those things are challenging because those are things that are not in our molecular DNA. Self-care, self-health is not. Hold on, I'm playing around. My chair is on, my couch is now on these risers, and sometimes it'll let me scoop, but not as much as I'll be scooping. So I guess I thank you, Lacey, for joining my fan club. Thank you guys for tapping the like button in for the Daily Heart Meets. But what I wanted to say before we do the reading is this. It's hard to prioritize yourself, but you prioritize everybody else, so why can't you be one? That's the first question I have for you. Okay? And then this one's going to be hard. What about yourself do you hate so much that you're not worth being a priority? Yep, that's what I said. I said it just like I wanted it to sound. Don't worry, I'm going to be asking the ladies in class at 6 o'clock the same questions I'm asking you. What about yourself do you hate so much that you don't feel like you need to you don't have the desire, willingness, drive, motivation, dedication, or inspiration to go hard for you? What about you do you hate so much that you can't make you a consistent priority? I'll wait. You get up and get to that nail shop to make sure everybody else's nails are done. You get up and get to that hair salon and make sure everybody else got braids. You get up and get to that school and make sure everybody else's kids is getting taught. Yes, classes in 20 minutes. You get up and get to that church and make sure all the people at the church and the pastor got what he needs and all of that. Yep, a consistent priority. You hear them words? See, y'all don't be listening to me all the way. I didn't say a priority. I said a consistent priority. I mean, every single day, welcome in, Blondie. Every single day, what I'm asking you to do is to prioritize you. Because you ask me, Coach, how do you stay with it? I'm a priority every day. Every single day, Coach, is a priority. Promise me. If a client has a meeting with me and we're supposed to work out and they don't show up, I still work out. I'm getting my workout in because I wrap my workout in your appointment. And what we're not going to do is I'm not going to miss my workout because you had something come up. Now, I didn't have nothing come up, so that means I still got to do what I got to do. Now, you had something come up. Go handle your business. I'll see you later. But I didn't have any. Listen to my mentality. I didn't have anything come up. So, therefore, I'm going to do the workout, okay? I'm going to get it done, okay? The appointment, you couldn't make it. I made it. I'm going. You see? And what I'm trying to explain to you is it takes this type of thinking in order for you to prioritize your health and wellness long term. It takes this level of thinking in order for you to prioritize yourself and your lifestyle long term. This is why I tell you stop saying when I get there. Everybody is talking about when they get there. Get where? So you telling me, I'm going to ask y'all this. I'm going to do my reading and get out for I got people the same places to be. So y'all telling me on this app, let me make sure I understand what y'all saying. Y'all people are saying that if you on a weight loss journey, I got questions, okay? Y'all saying that if you on a weight loss journey, y'all telling me that when you get down to, okay, who's in these chats on a weight loss journey? I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm going to just ask directly, long term, for the rest of the life. There we go, Lacey, for the rest of your life. For the rest, you get that, right? Okay, I'm going to walk you down a path, and then we're going to do our reading. If you are on a weight loss journey, say you're me. You used to weigh 592 pounds. You've lost 470 pounds. My lowest weight has been 113. My comfortable weight is 147. I feel overweight at like 170. So I'm used to about 160. Okay? About 155, 160. Like right now, I think I'm 156. All right. Now, I'm at 156, right? That's okay. We coming though. Hold on. Just hear me out. Here we go. Now, you realize that we lost the weight, so we want to keep it off, right? So if we have a goal, it's not to ever stop. We in agreement, right? Right? So I've reached this weight, and there's things I did every day to get here, right? So when I say, when I get to 150, I'm cool. How can I be? Did you hear what I just said? When I get to 170, I can stop. Stop what? Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? Do you understand what I'm sharing with you guys? How can you? When I get to 180, I'm going to quit. Quit what? Then that means you're in it for the wrong reason and you're in pursuit of the wrong goal. That means you're in pursuit of skinny. You're not pursuing health. So quit saying you're on a health journey. You're on a skinny journey. Because you said, when I get there, I can quit. See, confession brings possession. That's why every time you get there, that 300 pounds you lost is waiting for you and you gain it all back in 90 days. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Because you're focused. See, y'all think I'm over just talking. Y'all coming up in here with your medical diagnoses, thinking I don't know what I'm saying. Listen, I do this. I mean, I got doctors on my payroll. I do this. Okay? What I'm trying to explain to you is this is a mind game too. It's a mind game that's played out in your body. Okay? It's a mind game played out in your body. So the reason why I tell you mindset is more relevant than anything you tell me, I'm telling you, you can come here and tell me you got 17, 18, 19 things. Because, baby, I can go in there and get the medical records out and I can shut some stuff down with them diagnoses. But we ain't going to worry about that. We ain't going to worry about 3 strokes, 3 heart attacks, and nothing. The paralysis and all of that. Right. So I can talk about some diagnoses and some reasons. Okay? But none of that mattered because my mindset. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I had all that stuff you say you have. I have it all. I got charts records from 37 different hospitals, 119 different doctors at one time were treating me at one time throughout 3 facilities I was going in and out of. In one place, I had 26 different doctors on my case, 26. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. It's because it was a God problem. Do you understand what I just said? They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me because I had a God problem. Okay, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Let me do this reading. All I'm saying is when you make your mind up and you start speaking things like, when I get to 150, I'm good. You're going to get to 150, and then 180 is going to visit you, and then 190 is going to visit you, and then so is 200. And the only reason why they're going to be able to visit you over and over and over and over is because you're diluted. Your diabolical belief system is jacked up, jaded, and insane. You have a belief system that as long as you reach the goal point, that there's no effort required to sustain it. Where? Did you know that a basketball player that learns how to dunk must keep practicing how to dunk in order to stay good at dunking? Okay, I'll say it again. Did you know a stripper, when she learns how to climb up a pole and clap her booty cheeks and drop down, she has to keep doing that in order to enhance that skill? When she learns it once, in order to keep it and make it better, she got to keep getting down there and dropping it low. You know, you got to keep doing that thing. So if I was eating good and working out and counting calories and not eating before 7, in order for me to sustain, yep, that only God could heal. In order for me to sustain the goal that I reach, I have to keep doing those things. You understand? So this is why there's no there point. This is why there's no destination. We only going on trips. You understand what I'm saying? We on trips. We on vacation all the time. We on staycations and vacations. But we're never stuck at a destination because we understand that there is no there. We understand that on 1 month, we might do real good and be stable with our mindset, where the next month might be rougher than rough and tougher than tough. We might have to call out to God, pray on some things and everything, create a permanent mindset. Yes, Ashley, a permanent mindset. It has to be. Do you know that every day I get up, I think about my health? It's not one day I don't, because I have a terminal illness. I have no choice. I get up every day and consider my health. You should too. You should too. Because it's not written anywhere that we're supposed to suffer. And if my bigness is making me suffer, then I don't want to be big no more. I don't care how cute I am, how happy I am, how sexy clothes look on me, how I'm snatching and clocking it and claiming it and naming it. I don't care. If I can't breathe, I don't want it. If I'm choking in my sleep, when I lay back, feel like my titties are choking me, I don't want it. If when I bend over, I can't see my coochie cat, I don't want it. I need to see what the hell is in between there. I don't want it. If I can't wipe my ass good, I don't want it. The chance that I'm walking around here smelling like shit, I don't want it. Excuse my language. I don't want it. I don't want it, so I'm willing to do what it takes not to have it. How about you? I don't care how cute I am. I don't care how I slay, how I'm confident, how you wish I had confidence. Honey, I'm over struggling to wipe my ass, see my coochie, keep myself clean, and you worried about how cute I am. Make it make sense. Huh? You telling me how cute I am to validate me, thinking that's going to help the fact that I done got so damn big I can't wipe myself. No, give me some tips on getting this weight off. Give me some tips on my mindset. Help me stop these cravings. Help me stop this emotional eating. This man done beat on me, cheated on me, lied on me, and left me. Help me get through that. Oh, okay. Never mind. Reading. We have class in 10 minutes. I don't want no problems. I can't fight. I really can't fight. No, I actually can't. I better quit saying that. I don't fight. Let's say that. I ain't fighting nobody, girl. I'm not doing that. Let me read the book to you. Let me tell you what you're talking about. Let me tell you what Melanie talking about. Not Melanie said. Melanie said, not me. Wait a minute. Let me see. I fight for you. Thank you, Ashley, because I can't, baby. In real life, you guys know I have a clotting disorder, so I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. They're gonna make me leave before the Lord take me, because I'm tired of him sending me back down here. I'm not doing nothing else that's gonna test God and how long I'm supposed to be here, because I'm tired of getting sent back. You know what I'm saying? When you've been sent back 9 times, you don't want a 10. I want it to be final, okay? I don't want to keep doing things and only get me halfway to the gates and I got to turn around. What's that? What's the walk when you sleep with somebody the next morning? What's what they call it when you go over somebody's house? I remember my girlfriend calling from somebody's house one day. She told me what this is. This is called what is it when you meet a guy and you leave the next day and you have like you walking with no shoes on and what's it called? Yeah, one night stand, but they have a name for it. Girl, yes, wait a minute, Arkansas, you know he gonna fight these battles. What's it's a name they give women a name like it's the something walk. It's something walk. Okay, listen, all I'm saying is Jesus gonna have us up in here doing the shame walk. Some of us need to do the shame walk right on back to Jesus. That's all I was trying to say. I don't know the name of it, but some of us need to do that shame walk right on back to Jesus. That's what we need to go on and get our shoes and walk of shame. Thank you, like some of us need to go on and walk on back to Jesus. I don't want him to keep sending me back down here and I'm walking back to y'all with the walk of shame. No, I'm trying to go for real. So listen what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not trying to have to take that walk. I don't want that walk. I want to be solidified, all right? Solidified. You guys know I'm silly. Thank you guys so much for the likes and the love today. And again, as always, anything you want to verify, Google it, or you can just inbox me and I'll further explain. As you guys know, just for the sake of safety and serenity in my rooms, I always like to remind people I am a retired professional counselor with a bachelor's degree in science, in psychology, and a master's in professional counseling. I worked over 16 years, but a total of 23 now in the behavioral health arena. I spend most of my time with severely mentally ill SMI clients and pedophilia. I've studied marriage and family counseling, sex addictions, overeating, and substance abuse. My specialty was primarily in severely mentally ill, so most of my training is in techniques that work with those who suffer from diseases such as bipolar, schizoaffective schizophrenia, eating disorders, and obsessive compulsive disorders, and more along that severely mentally ill, where a person's life can be inhibited, like stopped, based on the symptoms related to those disorders. I love what I did. I retired to go back to school to be a physician, and that's where I fell ill, had a reversal in the gastric bypass, and found myself in hospice on my deathbed. That's my story, and that's how we got where we are today. Welcome in, everyone. And it is time for IRISE Sundays reading. Thank you guys to all you guys who came in for our pre-session. Today's reading says, He turned my pain into power. The same God who allowed the storm also gave me strength to stand in it. Okay, I want y'all to tap the like button for me. Tap the like button for me. Tap. Can y'all tap for me? Let's see if we can rock these lights up a little bit. Hi, Bridget. It says, the same God who allowed the storm also gave me strength to stand in it. There was a time when I thought the pain would never end, when every breath felt like a battle and every sunrise felt too heavy to face. But even then, God was working. He was molding, mending, and moving me towards something greater. Today reminds us that once broke, you may be. Reminds us that what once broke you may be the very thing that builds you. You're not defined by what happened to you. You are refined by what came out of it. Okay, you're walking proof of that the resurrection is real and that grace is alive and that purpose always wins. Today, I rise not because I've done everything right, but because the mercy that He's felt and that He's given me and that I've felt. So today, I want us to acknowledge one thing. What pain has God used to strengthen your purpose? Okay. What pain has God used to strengthen your purpose? I'm going to say it one more time. What pain has God used to strengthen your purpose? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Melanie Beatty says, honor this time of change. Okay, I just had to make sure because I have company coming, so I'm just trying to check. Honor this time of change. I left Point Reyes, a seashore town close to San Francisco, heading for Sequoia National Park. I wanted to cross the Golden Gate Bridge, but I wasn't certain I could find it. City traffic was jarring after being in the woods, the mountains, and by the sea. Before long, however, I found myself at the foot of the Golden Gate. As I drove the span of the bridge, I felt the same electric charge surge through me as I had felt in Chameo in Chameo in Ojo Caliente on the Flathead Reservation. It was the first time I realized that bridges are holy, sacred ground. Times of change are holy. We may not know where we're going. It may not feel like our feet are on solid ground. They aren't. We're crossing a bridge to another part of our lives. Sometimes we may find ourselves at the bridge unwittingly, not certain how we got there, not certain what we want to cross, not certain we want to cross. Other times we may have sought, prayed for, hoped for, longed for this time to change. Drive across the bridge. You don't have to understand it all right now. Information and understanding will come later. You'll get to the other side. For now, trust the experience, what you're going through. Know that this time of change is sacred too. Melanie Beattie, Journey from the Heart. And I brought the other book over here, guys. I wanted to really quick at least get you guys, because we're going to kick this one off in the other meeting. Because we're about to kick this off in like 5 minutes, and our other one I'm going to go ahead and give y'all. Unless we start by reading the back. It says, this is the book we're going to start, and it's called Change Your Prayers, Change Your Life. Do you ever wonder why doesn't God answer my prayers? Do you wish you could see the evidence that prayer changes lives? Are you tired of playing it safe with your faith? Prayer moves the heart of God, but some prayers move him more than others do. He wants more from us than the tepid faith and half-hearted routines at the dinner table. He's called you to a life of courage, not comfort. This book will show you how to pray the prayers that search your soul, break your habits, and send you to pursue God's calling for you. But be warned, if you're fine with settling for what's easy or you're okay with staying on the sidelines, this book isn't for you. You'll be challenged, you'll be tested, and you'll be moved to take a long, hard look at your heart. But you'll also be inspired to pray daily, to pray boldly, to pray powerfully, to pray with fire. You'll see how you can trade in ineffective prayers with a lukewarm faith for raw, daring prayers that will push you to new levels of passion and fulfillment. You'll discover the secret to overcoming fears of loss, rejection, failure, and the unknown, and welcome the blessings God has for you. You'll gain the courage to you'll develop the courage it takes to pray dangerous prayers. Are you guys ready? I don't know. That's kind of like, they don't scare y'all a little bit. Every time I read that, I feel like, and on the front it says dangerous prayers because following Jesus was never meant to be safe. How many of you all feel like your walk with your higher power is just safe? All right, really quick. I have 2 minutes. I'm gonna get one paragraph. It says, hey, Craig, do you believe God still does miracles? Of course, I said. Good, because your prayers are so lame. I tried to laugh with him, but my friend's joke stung, mostly because he was right. We had just left a prayer service together. Back when I started working in ministry, my buddy knew me well enough to tease me, but I suspect he also was making a point. Left speechless, I offered no defense as I processed the truth of his observation. I couldn't deny that he voiced a secret I already knew, but didn't want to admit. My prayers were pathetic. As a young pastor at the time, I should have had a handle on prayer. It was one of those responsibilities like preaching and greeting people after service. I should have mastered it. That's all for today. That's the whole point. If you're nervous reading it, it's challenging you. Yep. Like every time I read that part, I'm like, whoa, baby. So we're into it. That's page 1. Well, it's actually page 11. We read all the way to here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. So we can get into it. And we're going to do this one a little different. We're going to have guests come up in the panel for the readings with this one so people can talk about their experiences, okay? Any questions about tonight? Because we did that, clocked it. Mindset over everything, baby. I'm going to get a shirt that says mindset over everything. Mindset over everything. All right. Love you guys. Let me get ready for class. I'm out. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. God bless you all. Good night.